Hello everyone, myself Lena Prabhakar Zoge. Today I am giving you informations about the industrial production, estimation and utilization of the phytoconstituent which are the unit 4 in semester 5 B Pharma. So in this chapter we will discuss about the industrial production, estimation and utilizations of the following constituents, that is the forskolin, artemisinin, digoxin, podophytoxins, taxols, xenosides, diosgenin, atropine, caffeine and vincristine as well as vinblastine. So introduction, there is the recent advancement in the field of the industrial production of the active constituents which are the tissue culture as well as biogenetic pathways. So incorporations of the designed active constituents into the desired dosage forms and large scale manufacturing or the production. So quality control of the prepared dosage forms and its analysis is to ensure that it meets all the required parameters. So packaging as well as storage of the products and delivery to the consumer market, these are the few points in the industrial isolation. So there are various methods of the isolation as well as extraction, as we know. So there are different methods. First one is the successive solvent extraction method, second one is the chromatographic technique, third one is the fractional liberation, fourth one is the fractional crystallization, fifth one is the distillation, next one is the fractional distillation and steam distillation, then supercritical fluid extraction and sublimation. So these are the various methods of isolation as well as extraction of the uh, different phytoconstituents. So in next slide we will discuss about the general methods of the isolation as well as extraction which is employed in the industries. So first one is the choice of the extraction, which is depends on the nature of the plant material as well as components which has to be isolated. So जो कंपोनेंट हमको आइसोलेट करना है एज वेल एज जो प्लांट मटेरियल हम ले रहे हैं, क्रूड ड्रग जो ले रहे हैं, उसका नेचर कैसा है उसके ऊपर हम क्या करेंगे, एक्सट्रैक्शन मेथड चूज करेंगे. Second one is the dried leaves material which are usually powdered before extraction, whereas the fresh part or the fresh plant leaves can be homogenized or macerated with the alcohol. So हमको क्या करना है, जो भी हम प्लांट मटेरियल ले रहे हैं उसको सबसे पहले उसको कोर्स पाउडर फॉर्म में या फिर फाइन पाउडर फॉर्म में हमको कन्वर्ट करना है. जो भी हम लीव्स फॉर्म में ले रहे हैं या फिर स्टेम फॉर्म में जो ड्रग ले रहे हैं उसको, देन वी हैव टू फ्रेश प्लांट और लीव्स कैन बी होमोजेनाइज, और उसको क्या करना है, होमोजेनाइज और मैसरेट करना है विद द हेल्प ऑफ अल्कोहल. देन फर्स्ट ड्रग इज द फोर्सकोलिन. फोर्सकोलिन का बायोलॉजिकल सोर्स है लैब्डेन डाइटरपिनॉइड्स विच इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द रूट्स ऑफ द कोलियस फोर्सकोलाई बिलोंगिंग टू फैमिली लैमिएसी. जो फोर्सकोलिन ये जो ड्रग है ये क्या है, मेनली इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ द लैब्डेन डाइटरपिनॉइड्स. इट इज डाइटरपिनॉइड फॉर्म which is extracted from the roots of the Coleus forscoli belonging to family Lamiaceae, and this is the chemical structure of the forscolin you can see here. Here is the plant of the forscolin. Next is the industrial production, how we can produce or isolate this forscolin from the plant. So first of all, root and bark powder extracted with the toluene at 60 डिग्री सेल्सियस फॉर 2 आवर्स. सबसे पहले हमको क्या करना है, जो फोर्सकोलिन का जो प्लांट रहेगा उसके रूट्स एज वेल एज बार्क को हमें पाउडर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना है, एंड देन वी हैव टू गोइंग फॉर एक्सट्रैक्शंस विद द toluene at 60 डिग्री सेल्सियस फॉर 2 आवर्स. इन सेकंड स्टेप वी हैव टू फिल्टर दैट पर्टिकुलर एक्सट्रैक्ट. सो जो भी फिल्ट्रेट हमको मिलेगा उसको कलेक्ट करना है, एंड देन वी हैव टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट इट एट द टेम्परेचर नॉट एक्सीडिंग 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस. आफ्टर कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड this filtrate, so concentrated extract with mix with the n-hexane which yield a crude forskolin in the form of the brown ppt. जो भी concentrated extract हमको मिलेगा उसको हमको n-hexane के साथ treat करना है, which gives the crude forskolin which is in the form of the ppt form, that is the brown color ppt. After that we have to purify that particular extract with using the column chromatographic technique. Next one is the chemical constituents of the forskolin. So it contain various diterpenoids derivatives. Then it also contains also gives the coleon E, that is the methylene quinone, barbetusin and coleon F. Then the root containing of forskolin containing coleonol B, colinol C, and deoxycolinol, and also it contains the labdate diterpenoid 1, 2 and 3. Next part is the estimation. Estimation means how we can identify the particular drug. So there are two different methods of the estimation. First one is the TLC, that is thin layer chromatography, and second one is the HPTLC, that is high performance thin layer chromatography. So first one is the TLC and HPTLC, second one is the HPTLC. So in TLC, the mobile phase is toluene ethyl acetate in the ratio 8.5:1.5. So mobile phase क्या रहेगा in case of the TLC, that will be the toluene and ethyl acetate in the ratio 8:5 to the 1:5 ratio. And stationary phase is the silica gel F254. Okay. Then visualizing agent, that means the spraying agent can be 5% vanillin in glacial acetic acid and 10% sulfuric acid in the water. After that, utilization means application or the uses of the forskolin. So there are some different utilization or uses. First one is it is the drug, it is act as an antidepressant agent. Second one is it is a vasodilating drug, that means it dilates the vessel, that means it lowers the BP. Then third one is the anti-obesity. In the obesity we can use this drug to reduce this obesity. Then fourth one is in glaucoma, and fifth it is the anti-asthmatic drug. Second drug is the cyanosides. So sources of the cyanoside, that is biological source of cyanoside. Cyanoside is nothing but the dianthron glycosides. It is obtained from the leaflet of Cassia angustifolia, that is the Indian senna, and Cassia acutifolia, that is the Alexandrian senna, belonging to family Leguminosae. There is the structure of the cyanosides, cyanoside A and cyanoside B. Okay. And here is the plant or the image of the plant of the senna. Okay. Then next part is the industrial production. So how we can isolate the cyanoside from the plant senna? So first of all, we can use, or we must use the dried senna leaves, which is in the powder form and extracted with the benzene for 2 to 3 hours. Then mark is dried and extracted with the methanol for 4 to 6 hours. Then mix both the extract and concentrated it. Then calculate the pH of the extract, which should be 3.2, or adjusted the pH of the extract should be 3.2 by HCl by adding the hydrochloric acid. Then in next step we have to extract is mixed with the hydrous calcium chloride in 25 ml denatured spirit, and in next step pH should be adjusted to 8 using ammonia and set aside for the 2 hours, results into the precipitate of the cyanosides. So this is the industrial production of the cyanosides. Next part is the estimations of the cyanoside. So in that, mobile phase is 1% acetic acid in water, acetonitrile, in the ratio 82:80. Column C18 can be used for the estimation. Then flow rate, it is 1 ml per minute, and detection by using 350 nanometer wavelength we can detect the spot of the senna. So after that, utilization, that means uses of the cyanosides. So in the treatment of the constipation, that is the major and significant use of the cyanosides. Then next is in the skin disease we can use the cyanosides. Then it is also used as an anti-helminthic drug. Then it is also useful in the loss of the appetite, dysentery, indigestion, malaria, jaundice, gout, rheumatism, as well as anemia. Next drug is the artemisinin. So biological source of the artemisinin, it is the sesquiterpene lactone, which is obtained from the leaves and unexpanded flower head of the Artemisia annua, belonging to family Asteraceae. So this is the figure of the plant Artemisia, and this is the structure of the artemisinin. Industrial production, in this there are few steps in the isolation or industrial productions of the artemisinin. So in first step we have to take the fresh leaves, which is in dried form below 60 degrees Celsius. Then powder get extracted with the methanol by the maceration process. In second step, methanol extract partitioned with the hexane in the separating funnel, and in third step the hydroalcoholic extract partitioned with the ethyl acetate until the colorless. Then in next step concentrated at controlled temperature at 40 degrees Celsius under the vacuum, and in last step we have to obtain the artemisinin obtained as the fine white crystal after the recrystallization with the cyclohexane. Estimation which is done by the HPLC as well as HPTLC method. So in which mobile phase it is the N-hexane is to ethyl acetate in 7.5 is to 2.5 volume by volume. Then stationary phase will be the silica gel F254, and visualizing agent, that means spraying agent, is anisaldehyde sulfuric acid reagent, which is followed by the heating to 110 degree Celsius. After that, uses of artemisinin, that means utilization. So artemisinin can be used as an antimalarial drug. Then it is also used in the gastric infections. It is also used to suppress the inflammatory immune reactions, and it is also used as an anti-cancer agent. The next drug is the diosgenin. The biological source of the diosgenin, it is the glycol, which is obtained after the hydrolysis of the steroidal saponin glycoside dioscine, which is present in Dioscorea deltoida or Dioscorea composita, belonging to family Dioscoreaceae. Here is the structure of the diosgenin. Next is the industrial production of the diosgenin. So in this we have to take the dried powder of the Dioscorea, which is hydrolyzed with the 2.5 normal H2SO4, that means mineral acid, by the reflux or the autoclaving. Then in second step we have to collect the marc, and the marc which is washed with the 10% sodium bicarbonate to neutralize the acid. In next step we have to hydrolyze this powder extracted with the benzene as well as for 6 to 8 hours. After that, benzene extract get filtered and the residue which is obtained get dissolved in the chloroform and concentrated by recrystallization method. Then how to estimate the diosgenin? So there is the one method of estimation, that is the HPTLC. It is the major method. So mobile phase in the HPTLC, that is toluene is to ethyl acetate is to formic acid, that is 5:4:1 ratio, and stationary phase is the silica gel F254 nanometer. Then utilization or uses of diosgenin. So diosgenin, it is act as a precursor for the steroidal synthesis. Then it is also used in the preparations of the oral contraceptives or in the treatments of the rheumatism. Next drug is the digoxin. So sources of the digoxin is the cardiac glycosides which is obtained from the leaves of the Digitalis lanata belonging to family Scrofulariaceae. This is the structure of the digoxin also, and this is the plant of the digoxin digitalis. Next, industrial production of the digoxin. So in this industrial production we have to collect the fresh leaves which is collected and then made into the paste as well as treated with the neutral salt. Then the paste is refatted with the benzene and followed by the extraction with the ethyl acetate. In next step, extract which containing the lanatoside C, which after hydrolysis yield the digoxin. TLC, which is done for the estimations of the digoxin. So in the TLC, stationary phase is the silica gel G and mobile phase is the cyclohexane is to acetone is to acetic acid in 49:49:2 ratio. Then the spraying reagent which is used, that is the 50% sulfuric acid, and digoxin appears as a blue spot under the 385 nanometer UV light. Also there will be the another method of the estimation by the assay. So in the assay there is the 40 mg test and standard solution of the digoxin dissolved in the sufficient ethanol. The 5 ml of the resulting solution, add 3 ml of the picric solution and measure the absorbance at 495 nanometer. Utilization, digoxin, it is used in the treatment of the cardiac disorder. Thank you.